Yeah, because preparation is key. And Olamina, Lauren,
Yeah.
she did that. But I say read this book.
Yes.
Have fun with it.
Yes.
And realize in your life where are the things that you are falling short on, that you are not aware of. Because just having an awareness can keep you alive.
Welcome to another episode of As a Man, Readeth. This is Trey D.
And Goolsby.
Oh, man, we got another episode of Parable of the Sower. Actually, our final episode for Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. Listen, I don't know what journey Goolsby's on right now, but he about to ride out somewhere. Where you going, man? What's going on?
Hey, man. Hey, you know what? I bought this hat from, what's the name of this place? It's called Fruition.
Yeah.
Hat Company.
Okay.
Off East Ponce, at Ponce City Market at the top of the Citizen Supply.
Okay.
I forgot because I was up there in the upper room. I'm just giving shout outs all around right now, man.
Yeah.
So this is not because of Cowboy Carter. But I got much love for Beyonce them.
Listen, there's this trend of I've been noticing. I've been listening to a little country rap tune. You know how we used to talk about a little country rap back in the day. I'm seeing it come back around. Big tires, mud, all of that come back in place, and it's coming back into hip hop. Right. And I love it, man. It's been pretty cool. And I'm loving like people actually now that it's a lot of new line dances to come into the summer. Right. Right. It look like you got your boots on the ground. That's what it look like you go.
Hey man,
about to get it.
I'm ready to get it up.
That's
where I'm at with it, man.
Yeah. How you been though? Everything was good?
So far, so great. I'm delving into casting at the moment. Gives me some stability as an artist. But I'm also able to learn the tricks of the trade because when I'm watching people audition now, it's like, why is your face all the way in the screen? Why are you focused? Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know what people are doing. But I do want to help them. Yeah. So we're going to start doing some workshops. And so I'm crunk about that.
I'm with it.
Yeah. So what about you, man? What about you?
Man, everything's good so far. Can't complain. I'm waiting on this Memorial Day. I'll finally get a break. I'm actually home for a couple of weeks. So I've been gone every week just about since the beginning of January, as you know. Yeah. So
yeah, you've been up and at 'em.
I am chilling. Tonight I got a little keynote to do, and then I'll be chilling. I'm just gonna have me dinner, watch the game.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Well, your head is shiny. I got the hat. You got the bald head.
Oh man, is it shining in the camera?
Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean.
Yeah, man. I should have buffed it a little bit. Put a little makeup. Heard that's what y'all be doing. You put a little damp, a little matte finish.
Right. They be trying to take away the shine. Yeah. But I like the shine, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah, I think it goes with it. It just means it's healthy up there.
Right.
Not dried out. It ain't ashy. You ain't gonna ever see an ashy shade on me at least.
Right.
Man, let's get into it, man. So what chapter we on right now?
All right, man. Well, we were a little not confused, confuzzled, but I think the books we were reading had like different. At least the one I had was a little off. But I think we ended on Travis, Natividad, and Baby Domingo when they met him. So it was like chapter 15, I think. 15, 16-ish?
15, 16.
So going into, I say we can say going into 17 because I think after they meet Travis, Natividad, Baby Domingo, remember the family and them, they were kind of traveling not with each other, but around each other.
Yeah, they were still trying to avoid the big groups.
Right.
That was a big concept for it. So, that's a big practice of them. Like, hey, we together, but hey, just keep watching, just all that good stuff. Keep going.
Right. So that had me looking at like how they were actually about to work together. It was kind of foreshadowing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the dad realized, because remember, he kind of got attacked a little bit and they helped him out. Mm-hmm. And then after that, they were traveling. They were within, I would say 15, 20 feet of each other, within seeing distance. Yeah. And then that night, something happened again where they attacked the baby. They tried to pull the baby, man. And they ended up saving the baby. And after that, the mother on that side was like, look, man, it wasn't said, but it was like implied that I think they good folks. They helping us out. Yeah. And the dad was kind of like, I was like, man, I don't know about all that. I always saw him kind of like Like maybe he like 5'5" or something.
What you mean, bro?
I'm just saying the short man complex. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I know how that works and how that looks and how that feels.
Oh man,
Because I'm not tall and I'm not short.
Oh man.
So, but I know how the tall folk be. Here I go sounding discriminatory.
You're the right acting age. I mean acting size.
Right.
You know, I thought like all the actors about the same size, man. I didn't realize.
Y'all about 5'8", 5'9".
5'9", like what's going on? So then when you see like the tall, they only like 6'2". I'm thinking they're like 6'7".
Right.
Nah, they right at 6 foot.
Nah,
they right at 6 foot. That's funny, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I see that in the book as well. You know, one of the things Lauren is doing, she's coming into her leadership as well. You know, she's like putting those pieces of the Earthseed back, you know, more verses are going down at that moment in time.
Right.
And you're seeing like, okay, she's a full blown survivalist at this point. She's giving, you know, she's like, this is what we need to do. This is how we're going to do it. Her leadership is growing in this moment. She's advising, she's writing, and that philosophy is starting to kind of spread a little bit for the trio as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that makes me ask the questions about like what aspects of that Earthseed. So the central verse that they talk about, all that you touch, you change. All that you change changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. And so I wanted to ask here, what aspects of Earthseed resonate most within the group? And why do you think these ideas gain traction? So we hit the central aspect of it. Yeah.
When you really look at it, I think I'm looking at the adaptability is survival. I think that is obviously resonating with them because they've been really maneuvering. They have adjusted. They're paying attention to what's going on. They're hyper vigilant at this particular point. They got, I won't say necessarily the best situational awareness, but they have pretty good situational awareness, and they're watching everything that's happening and adapting so they can make sure that they know what to do. So they're avoiding different crowds. They're making sure that they're doing things so they can blend in and stay off the radar of folks that may harm them. And then they only killing when they need to. They only fighting when they need to. And I think that's really important too.
Yeah, they're very efficient. Now that you say that.
For sure.
And that's based on her father's teachings, which I think is apropos to life's situation. So basically, I was talking about Lauren and how she's learned from her father. And for those who are, let's say, believers or religious and to some degree, you take word from your father, and we are the children, and then we do the Father's will. And I feel like that's what Lauren has been doing.
Yeah. True.
I think that question earlier, what aspects of Earthseed resonate most with the group, and why do you think these ideas gain traction? I'm with Trey when he talks about adaptability. All of them are adapting to the situation. There is a statement in there that I like. It says that create no images of God except, that's ACCEPT, the images, except the images that God has provided. They are everywhere, in everything. God is changed, seed to tree, tree to forest, rain to river, river to sea, grubs to bees, bees to swarm, from one many, from many one, forever uniting, growing, dissolving, forever changing. And I think the group is like the embodiment of that. Like it just keeps morphing into a different way to survive.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like going into, I want to say, is it 18? That's when Travis starts to really hear what Lauren is saying about Earthseed. I don't know if she converts them in that chapter, but they definitely start talking about the Earthseed practices. I think she actually does convert Travis and Zara to Earthseed in 18.
Okay. Yeah. You
know?
They're the first. Yeah, that is true. In 18, they're like, they're the first. We're all in. But I think, so it's almost like they. So again, I probably jumped ahead, but thinking about in 1920, that's when it's like we're gonna test that faith, right? We're gonna test what you're saying. The other answer to your question too, I think one of the things that this philosophy is allowing for is the practice of their own agency, is allowing for them to move away from victimhood, which we talk about in like every other book. It's like,
Right.
you got to practice self-sovereignty. You got to practice your own agency. You're responsible for your life to a particular point. You're responsible for how you are showing up.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. Keep going.
Yeah, and I feel like because we've read this book a while back, y'all, and now we're putting it together. I forget whether I know they find the when did they find the sisters?
That's in 19.
That's in 19?
Yeah, that's in 19. So they right after that. So it's like the earthquake. They find the sisters, Jill and
Anne, Alice,
yeah.
Allie.
Allie, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's in chapter 20. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I actually took some good notes and I didn't even realize I didn't trust my notes. So now they have the converters to Earthseed, right? Henry's still he's listening. Harry's kind of listening to what's going on. Harry's been a mainstay in this group. He's been the masculine male in that group. Lauren is perceived that way. Yep. She's perceived as a male. So when they're moving in a group, now you have Harry, you have Lauren, you have Travis, the three males, right, perceived. And then you have the girls, Zara, Gabriella, I believe is her name, and her son, Domingo. And Natividad is her name, Natividad. Okay. And she all mixed up as far as racially and stuff, like Japanese and Mexican and all that type of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So now they're moving. And this is when they end up, they end up being a part of this in between like a firefight. Is this the one? And then that's when they end up seeing the old dude.
Bankole.
Yeah, Bankole.
Yeah. Yep.
And he ends up kind of getting around the group too and saying like they know what they doing. And he kind of gonna get on him in it.
And then he do some other stuff, then they all get together.
Right.
So there's some emotional bonds, and of course, because if it's like wisdom, he's a little bit older, and it helps to kind of like really fortify the group. But then there's a little love interest.
Yeah, because he's like her dad's age, I feel like.
Yeah, man. It's good.
He up there. Like he got the gray hair, he got the beard, he always trying to look nice. He's always like maintaining his appearance, she notices. So after that firefight, when Bankole comes up, he ends up finding this child who's around this dead woman. And he brings the child back to him. And the boy's name, what's the boy? We end up finding his name. I don't know the boy's name. But anyway, the boy come and he becomes part of the group. It said her name was Sandra, like I guess the mom. Because he finds her certificates and stuff like that. Or whatever. And so they keep it moving. And they end up finding a park.
All good. It's just so I think you're in that place where they finding new members. Right. They are kind of figuring out like what's next. They are also kind of, I think, as they go through, she's spreading the philosophy a little bit more. Right. It's kind of jumping into like 21, 22.
Yep.
In that space. There's a moment when like everybody, so there's like Tori and so the new folks, you be like Tori and Emery. What's the M girl?
More.
No, Do Mora or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it right where.
But all of them are like in the space, and so they're like, okay. So,
Grayson.
But the movement is Grayson as well. The movement is growing, and so I think that's the other part that we're watching. She's growing in leadership, as I'm focusing literally on Lauren right now. She's growing in leadership, and because of her leadership, the group is growing, but also realizing their
morality too. I look at how, like, if we look at how each member of the group got in. So starting from Bankole, he sees that this group is cohesive, and they have a direction that they're going in. They know where they're going, which is north. And he's going that way too. So they end up going that way. Then that's when he finds the child. And when they find Allie and what's her name? You said it already. Allie and Jill.
Jill?
Yeah, the Gilchrist.
Yeah.
And so, but when they find Allie and Jill, like they have a moment where they was like, hey, y'all, I think Harry then was like, we should go.
Yeah.
It was a couple of the group that was like, we shouldn't stop because I think this is after the earthquake.
It's after the earthquake because they're about to run because they're headed up to Bancole's land, right?
Well, not initially, but yes, they are going that way. Bancole's like, I have a space, but he told that to Lauren, I think in confidence first, like, because they can go their own way, and we can. My sister and her family up here.
Sure.
At this point, the group is like, oh, because the fire is behind them. People have so what's happening, y'all, is that the people are on those drugs, and not only are they on the drugs, that they ransack and pillage everywhere they go.
Yep. Like little locusts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, should we stop and help these people? We might help these people, and they may try to rob us. We don't know. And Lauren was like, man, if that was me, and it's 2 women too. And they got hurt a little bit, so they go in because they're in a building that's been knocked down. Their house has been knocked down.
True.
And soon enough, folks are gonna come in and ransack the place anyway. Might kill them, rape them, whatever. Lauren don't want that to happen, so they all stop. And I think Bancole sees this, and even the other people in the group are like, "Yeah, this is a good move.
Yes,
we should do it."
Yeah.
But they get the Gilchrist, they both happen to be white girls. So I don't know if there's good capital to have to be traveling with, on your journey. But, they take them in and they begin to travel. Not as they're a little gun shy, you know what I mean, as they travel. But they really attach to the little boy that Bancole found. Mm-hmm. And they become like pseudo mothers to him. Justin is the boy's name.
Yeah, the parent. Yeah, they definitely they take on a significant parental role moving forward. It's like, okay, here we go. They still on the journey. When they get to they fight off an ambush.
Right.
They fight off an ambush. They because they are together. It works out. Jump a little bit. Anything to say about that?
So in that ambush, is that the one where the ambush where Lauren ends up shooting somebody? She gets shot, but she also kills somebody, and that paralyzes her for a minute. Whenever she hits somebody and they go, she rather them just die versus going through the pain because she feels all that.
Right. Well, I think because we skipped over this because that gets revealed of like, oh, hey, just so you know, I got this hyper empathy thing.
Yeah.
They're like, what? And so that is that revelation is around that same time. Like all of this is happening. There's new revelations. There's new people coming in. There's new love interests. All of this is happening, and they're still moving. So this is just part of the journey. It's really interesting.
Right, because in that journey, right before that ambush, they find Grayson Moore.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
And the daughter and Doe, and and the other Emery and Tori. Those 2 girls got together, and they were real cool. They both had been. It's definitely Emery and Tori had been slaves, and Doe and Grayson Moore. We don't know a lot about, but we think that they were indentured servant in that slavery type system as well. Because Grayson doesn't talk a lot about it, but he's aware of I think he's hyper empathic too. Remember, he had something.
He had a little sense. Yeah.
So that they didn't give him a gun because he was a little. I don't know about this dude.
Yeah.
He tried Lauren. Remember?
Yeah, you could see. Yeah, it does. Yeah, he definitely did.
He's like, "You gonna listen to her?"
Yeah.
And Bancole was like, "Yeah,
I am. Just so you know."
Right.
All right. So they continue on the journey.
Well, right before you go through,
okay,
his house is on the unbeaten path, y'all. Like it's off the way. Okay, I just wanted to say that,
but not too far because
clearly
ain't no more.
Man, damn.
But they're going to rebuild, and they commit to rebuilding it, resolve with themselves that they can do much of everything, anything together, practicing what the philosophy says and what Earthseed is stating. And so you see those things, and they become a little bit more hopeful, even though there's this grand devastation and disappointment,
right? Of
like what's happening. Man, we done did this whole journey, and it's all soot and char at this point.
That's how I felt about this book.
What you mean?
Exactly. But
you said that though too. You said that at the beginning. Before we start doing these episodes, it was like, man, Come on, dog.
Man.
Come on, dog.
Y'all glad we didn't do an episode right when the book was finished. Because, okay, so me and my daughter have been going to plays in Atlanta the last 2 months. And we've been going out to all the black shows, all the shows. Every single one except one. No, that's a lie. That's Sinners. Sinners actually had a good ending. But anyway, every single one, we lose. We lose. So we went to go see Jaja's Africa hair braiding at True Colors. And at the end, it's like somebody goes to jail, and it's like, so why?
And the lights fade.
And then
wait, what?
It's over? It's over. Then we go see Shakespeare. We go to Shakespeare's Tavern to go see Black King Henry VIII. It's like it's a King Henry VIII done as black folks or something like that.
Okay.
Hate that I'm not saying it right. At the end, the plot to that pretty much is you have these black actors coming into the South doing Shakespeare, and by the and everybody loves them, but the white theater company does something to get them arrested.
Okay.
So at the end, arrested, in jail. I'm like, why do we keep losing? Now, I understand that these stories are built for people who are supposed to learn how to accept the loss and say, hey,
okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
It happened. But for somebody who's a winner,
we need more than this.
Yeah, like, no, man.
What you mean?
Because if you can write the story, why would you lose?
Why would you write the story of you losing? Why would you write the story of loss? Like at the end, like as the stop. Yeah.
You can win.
Yeah.
But again, I understand that there's that. I get it. Like how you look at it.
Yep.
But I don't want my daughter to continue to say, "Oh, Dad, it's cool that we keep losing." No. You can stay there.
Yeah.
But then you see Sinners, even at the end of Sinners.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. Even at the end, though they both die, they both live. They both got what they asked for. He got to be Smoke got to be Stack. Wait, have you seen it?
Oh, I was.
I
went and saw it down the street. First week. I was like,
I gotta go. We're gonna see it tonight again.
I'm about to hit the IMAX.
Yeah. So Stack got his white girl that he could be with for the rest of his life, anywhere he want to be. Smoke got his family, and she called him Elijah. You have to put that. Don't touch them cigarettes. So the illusion there was, in order for you to embrace your new family, you have to let go of who you were. You used to be Smoke. You used to smoke, but now you Elijah. And we know about Elijah. Man, hey man.
Yes.
Woo, that's giving me goosebumps right there. Because Elijah, he didn't die.
You just saw him ascend. Yeah, well, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So in this story, I feel like I see where Octavia is going as saying, hey, it looks shitty right now, but it can get better.
Yep. I mean, it's
end it like that.
It's still, but it's accepting the first part though, right? Yeah. That change, or centered around change.
Correct.
God has changed. So that first principle comes back around again, I think, at the end of the book. She's leading her community at this point. They have a funeral. They are, for everyone that survived, they have committed to rebuild.
Correct.
So it doesn't end like terribly.
It's not terrible.
But they could have added an extra chapter.
Because I flipped the page. I said, from my digital, I was like, what? This is, we end on that because remember, think about it. Yeah. What's going on? Oh, yeah. So sorry.
I think that's what we're seeing at this moment is just, you were saying like it's, you ain't nothing else here?
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe, I was just so, I just felt like I wanted to go, I felt like it was going this way versus that way for me because they did do the funeral for his family that he didn't think was gone, but they found like skeletons of 5 people and it was like 5 people in the family.
I don't know what to tell you, fam.
He still trusted the police. He still trusted that he could get information from the system that used to be. And Lauren's like, I wouldn't even give them any attention over here. And they took that bro's money. And thank goodness he didn't take all of it to be in a system that corrupt. And it's like, he was married to that old piece of him. Whereas Lauren has been fully committed to the change. I really believe she believes in what she's saying. Now that's the part I do take from this. I think we are the Laurens of our stories. We are the Laurens. Like we are the ones that we have to implement what we are believing into our natural lives because our actions are going to show what that is we believe. And I'm learning that through the flag football process. That's why I hit you up yesterday. I was like, hey, man, you got to let me know. Come on, man, because that's what you're going to let me know. Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. I was like, oh, okay, you're right. And as I've been doing my football process, I was looking at Joel Klatt today. When you make a read, throw it.
Yeah.
Throw it. You can't come back. And I was like, ha, 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 ha. You see it, just go ahead and make the move. If you don't, then don't. But don't, what's the word? I was going to say don't be a hypocrite. Don't go back on what you say.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going to okay, now I'm going to come, now too late.
Yeah. You don't second guess yourself when it's there, just ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah, so, man, this is, it's a great read, truthfully. It takes you up and down. It takes you on a journey. It gives you those elements of philosophy. It could be deeply spiritual for folks. It tells you the journey of survival, of adaptability, social capital, and bonding, how that's necessary, how you can get through things and challenges by grit and unity as well, and that God has changed. Everything's gonna pop off. Everything's gonna shift. And so, yeah, man.
I was just looking at something I'm gonna show you after we do this, but this guy was talking about how America is not a democracy, but it's a constitutional republic.
Yeah.
Right? And saying basically each individual has its own free right, but in a democracy, 51% can dominate the 49. Basically, you can't do this because we say that.
Yes.
In a democracy.
Yeah.
He said there's nothing stated about democracy in the constitutional and the Constitution of the Bill of Rights.
Nor your Pledge of Allegiance.
None of that stuff.
So
into the republic.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the most interesting, also the part of that, if anyone's ever read the Federalist Papers, it's a very, very interesting shift.
If we ever do that,
we could definitely read them because it's hilarious how it goes from the tyranny of the minority, or the tyranny of the majority, to the tyranny of the minority. Like it's these, like at one point when things shift, how the side that had the power was like, we can't let these folks. It's a very interesting shift in the papers. One, I love the way they're written. We do not write like that anymore. We don't articulate our words in such a manner. Ancient these older documents and formative of the country. I wish we did. It's such good language.
Yeah, and that language was very astute, very concise to what it meant. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. So you're gonna have to explain that.
Absolutely, to me. Right? Like,
and it's a challenge to really describe what you're saying. I'm learning that again. Quarterback, fantasy, flag football.
Yeah.
Just run this. What'd you say?
You said quarterback fantasy football. You know,
it's fantasy too, but it's flag. But in communicating with other grown men what the ideas that I have are that are in my head that I have to get out in a second.
Yeah.
Of course, practice would help with that. But anyway, so with the democracy, what I'm saying is that each individual has its unalienable rights. I don't care if the majority thinks this. I can still be a free man. And so
that's how we've been trying to make sure that that's happening. Like, hey,
right.
You think about over the last, what years? We're in 5. Last 10 years. I know I've been like that.
Think about it. I watched and I sent this to you. It was talking about Kramer. It was Seinfeld, and it was talking about the cancer or the AIDS walk. I forget what. So he signs up for it for the walk.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, you need to wear a pin. And he was like, oh no, I don't wear pins. And he was like, but you got to wear a pin.
Yeah. Right.
He's like, no. He says, you're an AIDS walk bully. And so he walks away, right? So then we come back to a new scene. They're all walking, and the guy knows, like, hey man, where's your pin? He's like, oh no, I don't wear the pin. He's like, but you got to wear the pin. He says, but I'm walking. I'm here walking. He's like, no, but you got to wear a pin. He says, hey, Charlie, he's not wearing the pin. And then the group turns around. He's not wearing the pin. Ooh, it's straight gang. And then Kramer's trying to get away from it. They pull him back into the thing. Yeah, and I was like, this has been the past 10 years. You're doing the thing, but you're not doing what they want you to do. Like, I'm supporting.
They want you to do it the way they want you to do it, unless you want. And if you don't do it the way they want to do it, you are now the enemy of what's going on. Like,
right.
Wait a minute, that's not how it works.
Not at all. So in this group with Lauren, Lauren had such a strong result. Look, you can always lead a group. You can go, but we're gonna do this.
Yep.
We're not gonna kill. We're not gonna hurt nothing. Now, if you cross certain lines, you're gonna get it. But the way she ran it,
you have that freedom and agency, which is part of the Earthseed philosophy.
Yes.
Make sure, like, hey, you can do what you need to do, but hey,
you're right. But hey, So we'll have our walkie-talkies. I suggest y'all do y'all's. I need to know your frequency. I got to get my walkie-talkies together. Just in case. Who knows?
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, because preparation is key. And Olamina, Lauren,
yeah,
she did that. But I say read this book.
Yes.
Have fun with it.
Yes.
And realize in your life where are the things that you are falling short on that you are not aware of. Because just having an awareness can keep you alive.
Absolutely. And I need this. Can we speed up the movie, please? Please.
Oh, this? Oh, yeah. That'd be
right, like we've been in talks for a while. All right.
Right.
It's Trey D.
Hey, Goolsby.
We out of here.
Yeah, we got to go.